Hey guys, Ron Musgraves, Pressure Washing Institute Contractors First. I am here today with Robert in Las Vegas. He is the founder of CPW Live event, one of the first commercial cleaning events. Went off last February, and he is going to be doing it again this February. But today we are here to talk about a LinkedIn class that he is going to be doing August 26th, which is tomorrow, Wednesday. What time?
9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So was that noon Eastern?
And the link is in the description below if you guys want to jump on there and get signed up for it. It's going to be bright and early tomorrow morning, so you're going to have to get signed up tonight if you guys are going to get in there. I'm sure that I'm just curious, how does all that work, man? When somebody signs up, do they automatically get the link, or do you guys got to work behind the scenes?
No, I'm actually so nobody has gotten the link yet. I'm actually going to be sending it out within like an hour after this. Quite a few people have registered already. I think we're right around 20 people that are going to be on the training. And,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, the class is beneficial. I mean, the investment is next to nothing. And, you know, you're learning a skill and platform that should be able to generate you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, if you utilize it.
LinkedIn is a gem, man, especially if you're going after commercial clients, right? Especially those building engineers. I heard your speech. Was it yesterday or today? You said you love the building engineers.
Mostly facility managers.
Yeah. So what kind of a play? What kind of a play do you like? Give me an example of like, what do you do? How do you reach up? Do you soft touch them? Do you say hello? You know, I'm just curious.
Well, let me try and think about how to answer this without giving away all the beans. I think it really boils down to the first step, which I know you're going to agree with this, is understanding your client and who you're reaching out to. And once you understand who you are reaching out to, it becomes a lot easier on how to reach out to them. And there's a certain type of clientele that I absolutely believe that LinkedIn is the most important way to reach out to them. Then there are people where I think cold calling is the most important way to reach out to them. And then there's some people that I think, networking associations is the best way to get in front of some of these people. And here's the thing is, and I tell everybody this, and let me ask you this, Ron. What do you think is the most important tool to build a house?
The most important tool to build a house?
Like we're not trying to think of anything else, just like actually like framing up a house, building a house. What's the most important tool in your opinion to build a house?
Well, I don't think you could do it without a brain and your hammer.
Okay. So it's funny. Every time I ask this question, everybody always says hammer. My mind goes to nail gun because it's more efficient than using a hammer, right? But you still need a hammer. You need a drill. You need an impact. You know, you might need a skill saw, all these things. But in my perspective, a nail gun is the most important tool to have when you're framing a house, or a hammer, you know, I guess depending on perspective. LinkedIn is the nail gun to me, right? It's the most important tool, but it's not the only tool, if that makes any sense, right? Like you need all of the tools to be able to build a house. You need numerous sales funnels to be able to build your business. It can't just be you only do LinkedIn, or you only do cold calls, or you only do Google ads, or you only do whatever it is that you're doing. You need all of these things to kind of flow together. Excuse me. But in my opinion, it's the most important tool to have.
No doubt. There's no doubt it's a tool in the arsenal, right? But I think it's an important tool. I'm going to talk about the way I kind of do some things. Hope don't let too much cat out of the bags, but like I like to have people introduce me on LinkedIn. I always like that. That way, You know,
What do you mean?
they can just, everybody says, hey, you know, you want me to refer you to somebody? I always go to LinkedIn first to have them say, hey, yeah, introduce me on LinkedIn, get me messaging with them. And if a client's willing to do that with their associates that are in the industry, that's gold. I mean, it's gold.
Interesting. Yeah, I've actually never done that. So that's quite interesting.
You're gonna have to put it in the playbook.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it in the playbook. Typically, I just get added to some kind of email thread or whatever it might be. But the things that I go over, it's common sense to you and I, right? Because how long have you been using LinkedIn? How long have you been using the platform?
Since in its existence.
1930. No, I'm just joking.
The 1900s. No, it was invented, I think, in 2006 or 8 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, whenever, right? But it's like it's common sense for you and I. It's unconscious competence, right? And so my goal with, especially like teaching the class is I start from like back to the basics, the very beginning. I teach everybody how to build out their profile, how to, set their profile up, what kind of content they should be posting, how to get content, how to engage with people, how to find the right clients on LinkedIn, how to search them up, how to connect with them, how to do the outreach, like literally everything. I've taught this class.
Yeah, that's an important thing, knowing who you're wanting to reach out to, right?
Yeah, for sure. And, just like anything, it's a numbers game in the beginning, but I've taught this class probably 10 or 15 times at least, like a webinar like this. I've never had one person come back and say, man, that was a waste of my time. Every time. Like, did you see Jeff LaBelle's post? What was that, last week?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, in 1 week, he closed $95,000 worth of sales.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. That's for sure. That is an absolute nice thing. I mean, you can't beat that. Yeah, I mean, I made a lot of contacts, a lot of great contacts in LinkedIn, and I got introduced to a lot of cool people on LinkedIn, all in the industry and outside the industry and other things that I do too. Because I mean, it's an all around thing, and you just don't know who knows somebody. That's the thing that I always try to tell people. I always like, just because this is a tip. And not giving too much away, but your other contractors that have nothing to do with pressure washing, your general contractors, your landscape contractors,
non-competing vendors,
they all know, if they've been doing this for 20 or 30 years, they're going to know somebody that you want to meet, and if you got a really good relationship with those people, they can put you in touch with people on LinkedIn and say, hey man, I invited Robert over to, accept your invite. I'm sending you this thing right now. This is my way of referring him and blah, 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 blah. But I definitely think you need to maybe give them a talk. I always try to tell people too, like this was something that I did, years ago when I was helping guys that were in the residential game, and they go, "Wow, how's LinkedIn going to help me in the residential game?" I said, because these people that are like the pool guys, the fountain guys, stuff like that, they know these people in the residential scheme, and if they got fountains at their house, they're wealthy people. I mean, nobody is broke has a fountain at their house. So you have to kind of look who you're trying to network with, even on LinkedIn. But if and these are good friends, and this is another one that you might put in the playbook. You're not old enough yet, you are old enough, but people don't go back and look at their high school yearbook, even if it's online, and then go back through that and see if you can connect with Mary, who might be a property manager now. I mean, she was ugly in high school. You weren't going to talk to her, but now she's, a property manager or controls a budget. And that was a joke. Mary's not ugly. But, you go back and you say, hey, Mary, how are you doing? I see you're working for CBRE or whoever the big company is, blah, blah, blah. This is what I've been doing for my last 10, 20 years of my life. Maybe we can do something. That person is going to probably answer you because, one, you went to high school with them, and you don't know what these people are doing because it's 10 or 15 years later, right? You've been out a while now out of high school. You don't know. And here's the cool thing about this. Guys will go, yeah, but I used to live in Chicago and now I live in Vegas. People don't realize how much of property management and investments are controlled in Chicago, Atlanta, Houston. I mean, all these people are from these places. So even if you're from a different place, it doesn't matter because most of these companies are national or international, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter who it is. That's why LinkedIn is really, really a strong thing. And guys, again, it's 9 a.m. tomorrow. So if you're interested in this, and I know there's a bunch of guys that are going to view this video tomorrow after Robert's already done the thing. I'm sure he's going to have one in the future. Just start following Robert, that way you can get it. He lays down some pretty good content. One of the other things we should post in here is the commercial. We don't talk about that enough, Robert. These guys need to get into your commercial group, and because you lay down a lot of free content in there, a lot every day.
Every day, yeah. I got my morning routine dialed in, dude. It's almost like if I don't go live on my drive to the gym every day, I feel out of place. So that's like my time to, I jump on there. I try to pour into people as much as I can, but I mean, just like you, right? Time's limited, and so I kind of made it a habit and part of my routine to every day on my way to the gym, I jump on a live video, and whatever it is that is on my mind as far as like a tip and trick, I try and throw it out there. I've been doing that for probably 2 years now. Almost every single day I've been going live in that group, and it's been phenomenal. And it doesn't always a major thing. Like here's one, right? When I was kind of first starting, I guess, I would jump on Facebook and I would say, and this is going to relate a lot to what you just said. I would go on Facebook and I would just type in for like a post, and I would say, hey, do any of my friends work for a commercial property management company? I have a couple questions, and that's all I would post. And the way that the psychology works is people want to help people, right? Or they might think it's going to benefit them. Like you might be looking for a commercial space. And so, you can start that conversation and find some kind of justification or leverage of somebody that works in that place. And so it's really just, looking inward and then outward. But, as far as the Commercial Pressure Washing Contractors Facebook group, I work really hard to make sure that there's only contractors in there. I mean, I deny so many people from joining that group because it is just a thing of all these marketing companies and Google guys and SEO. And it's nothing against you. I just wanted this group to be very niche focused on, hey, I'm having this issue on this commercial property, or, hey, what are you guys doing to be able to, land some sales, or what's everybody's budget season looking like, whatever that might be. That's kind of how I wanted that group to, I guess, go. And so, we just hit 1,000 members, which might seem like absolutely nothing to a lot of people, but to me, it's fucking awesome because I know that all 1,000 of those members are real people, real contractors, people that actually give a shit. And it's a cool thing, man. So the group is awesome. Yeah. I mean, just look up commercial.
Yeah. Do you ever look at the demographics of your group, where the people are coming from or not?
Nope.
Okay. You should check that out because that'll tell you a lot. I mean, it really will. I have absolutely almost less than 1% from abroad because, a lot of these groups out there, and don't get upset with me, guys, that have the $150,000, $70,000 groups. I know that 40% of it is Asia. You know what I mean? And so, like you're saying, it's not even real. It's not potentially even real people. And you can tell by the basically the traffic, the content that's being in there, the posts that are being created. You don't have to have a giant group for it to be good. You can have a smaller group. And if the guys are participating and networking amongst each other online, that's what matters. And I agree with you, Robert. It don't have to be a giant group. And our industry, man, is not millions of people, guys. Okay. I mean, it's not what you guys think. I gotta mention this because I laugh about this all the time. Guy Blackman, I'm going to name his name because he's a good guy. he, in 2008, YouTube had just been invented, and he had a video out of a house wash, and it hit 2 million hits, right? And he was so grand of it. And of course, I'd be proud of it too, right? And I had him in an event, and I didn't mean to ask him this question because I thought, okay, 2 million hits on the video. I thought, man, you cleaned up. And I asked him, how much money did you make? You know, and I'm not talking about like the money off of YouTube paying him. I'm talking about like calls it generated for his business. 0. Because it wasn't the demographics that was even in his area looking at the YouTube video. You know what I mean? And it didn't work. And that's why I try to tell people all the time, you don't have to have a viral video to make money. You have to have a good video that your demographics is wanting to look at, content that they're creating, and then they follow you. And in our industry, if you have 1 million followers, I'm sorry, those are not pressure washing guys. Okay.
I'm gonna break this down a little bit deeper for you, and I'm gonna give some game away. And I don't know if I've even said this to you before, but we are in an interest-based media-based society. Do you know what that means?
Yes. They're interested. They're going to listen to what they're interested in. It's getting honed down.
Yeah, not really. That's not what I mean. Interest.
You didn't look at 300 useless reels today?
Let me finish. Interest media-based society. So what that means is the way that the algorithms are set up is they are set up to keep you on the platform as long as possible, right? And they do that by navigating the algorithm, by showing you content that you are going to be interested in. Okay. And so for me, let's say me, for example, I'm into cars, I'm into Harleys. I like watching fight videos sometimes. And so my feed will be full of that kind of stuff, right? For you, I'm sure the only thing that you look up is pressure washing because you're constantly doing something with pressure washing and you're all over the place and everybody knows who Ron Musgraves is. So I'm sure your feed is filled with most of that stuff, right? And so here's the thing. If we can think about the psychology behind that of like, okay, people are seeing what they are interested in. Here's a reality. Property managers, facility managers, they're not interested in pressure washing. Okay, it's just not that interesting to them. It's just not, right? They have their own hobbies that they're interested in. They have their own lives. And so when they're on Facebook, when they're on Instagram, that's what the algorithm is showing them. And if you use LinkedIn correctly, the way that I show people how to do it, and if they listen to the step-by-steps and they do this correctly, the only thing that their content will be going to is the people that they're wanting to do the business with. So why would I waste my time constantly posting a bunch of content in front of people that are probably most likely never going to see it? At least the people that are buyers, right? I mean, it's more unlikely than it is likely that they are going to see that content and engage with it than they would, versus using a platform that I know is going to get in front of the right people. And I know that they are buyers of my services.
I've never seen you post in the BOMA group. Do you?
In the BOMA group?
In the group, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Never?
No.
I post in the BOMA group.
Hmm.
But I post tax laws changing on leases, things like that. Because like,
are you talking about BOMA International or a specific chapter?
What you're saying. Because I'm posting stuff that they might be interested in professionally, not necessarily, their hobbies, but something that would pertain to their job. That's why I always try to tell people about Lunch and Learns. Sometimes if there's something new in their industry, bring that information and news, because not all those managers are always abreast to everything that's going on, even in their own industry. So when you do a Lunch and Learn or something like that, and it's the same thing on the social media side, also, have that in your social media. Nobody ever thinks about like some of the craziest early on email advertisement stuff was sending somebody a recipe, man. You know what I'm saying? Like a recipe. You know what I'm saying? Those were huge. No, they were huge. You know what I mean? And then guys would also have their newsletters, and then every week they would have a recipe or something at the bottom, and when these are predominantly, this is 20 years ago, so ladies, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but the women that were even in the working thing were more apt to read that stuff because they were interested in the recipes. Today, man, the world's so busy. People aren't even, they're not cooking at home every night anymore. People are ordering out and stuff like that. So the world's changed, but you got to find whatever that is that might be that crossover. And that's what you need to be talking about. I'm going to just tell you, man, I just like coming straight at people on LinkedIn. If I know that they know somebody because somebody else has told me, but they won't give me the introduction, I'll say, hey, I know Tom. We do work for him. Thought we might be able to do something for your 2027 budgets. Give me a call if you need something. No pressure. If you got something for me. I love, I love giving service away. I don't know if you saw Chris Cook's, thing on there. I love giving them a voucher for free service. That's one of my big. You use that one too on LinkedIn?
What, a voucher for free service?
Yeah.
No.
I give everybody a voucher for free service. If they want a free service, I'll give it to them. That's the one. That's the number one thing I get responded off of when I talk to somebody on LinkedIn. They'll say, "Are you for real? You mean no strings attached? You'll do this for free?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "But we want your business." And they go, I understand that. But I said, that's how we'll get it. I said, that's the best way I can show you what we can do. I can sit here and tell you how great I am.
That's a great idea.
Or you can listen to these words, or I can show you. That's it.
I think that's a great idea. I mean,
see, we gave people value right in this one, Robert.
We do free demos, right? And we definitely, and for the people that are maybe watching this, they're going to be on the class tomorrow. They're going to see exactly what I'm talking about on how we go about offering that free demo, so that free service. So yes, we do that, just maybe in a little bit of a different approach or a different manner.
And you're absolutely right, Robert. You got to caution people because you can't. Hang on a second. Let's put a disclaimer out there. Guys, don't do that, because if you're just a one-man show, it's not probably a good idea. It's not a good idea to do it the way I do it. I'll do a whole shopping center, but you guys need to have guidelines on what you're going to do, what the expectations of the person that you're doing it for are. I always try to tell all my guys that are using that strategy, that are young guys, I always try to tell them, get the commitment. If they liked it, they're going to use you on a recurring service. Then you're not doing it for nothing, and there are bad people out there. Robert knows this too. There are people that just take advantage of it and just use it, and they never call you or talk to you again. But think about this. And I always try to tell people, because people go, you're crazy for giving away free service. Here's the reality of this. And Robert will concur this. I know he will. If you do that strategy, it's a walk. You show them the demo. They see it. It's more or less a shit or get off the pot type of thing. Or you can visit them 12 more times. Which one do you want to do? Visit them 12 more times or close the deal?
Right. And you want to know what, man?
People don't understand. Acquisition cost is a strange thing, and it comes in a lot of different faces. I'm sorry. I can give somebody a 30-minute demo, 30 minutes. I don't got to go visit them 12 times to close them, and I've saved a tremendous amount of money, but I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, I got to give flowers where flowers are due, because, talking about free services and demos, a demo for me in the beginning when I was a one-man show or whatever, let's say it was a gas station, right? I would go do one parking spot or two parking spots in a gas station or something like that, right? And I'll never forget this conversation for whatever reason. I was talking with Carlos Gonzalez because he was the gas station guy. That dude's helped me a ton throughout my entire career, right? Just like Craig Harrison, there's people that have drastically helped me like you, right? And so I'll never forget the conversation. And he looked at me and he's like, yeah, if we have an opportunity for gas stations, I'm going to go clean an entire site for free. I'm like, what? You're going to go clean an entire site for free? And it's like, now I understand, because I will 1,000,000% go clean a site for free, an entire shopping center, a gas station, a restaurant, whatever it might be. I will absolutely go clean an entire site for free because I know that once we do that, it's going to bring in that business. But early on, that wasn't the
But
smart.
you weren't doing a whole gas station if the guy had one gas station. You were doing a whole gas station if he had a fleet of gas stations.
Yes.
So I want to make sure we set that straight for the people listening, because that's what I was trying. I was trying to say what you were saying, like, be careful, don't go out there and start giving free stuff away. Because as a single operator, you got to have a play. It's got to have a play on it, and you got to have, there's a handshake and a commitment that sometimes is made when you do that, because you're trying to show them what you can do and build some trust, and if they're just cheesy and just want a free gas station cleaned, you're going to see that. You're going to know.
Yeah. Well, and that boils down back to understanding your client, knowing your client, right? Like, you have to, Robert has changed my whole thought process in my business. Great info here. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Way to go, Aaron.
He's starting to crush it on LinkedIn and everything too. I'm meeting with a guy who owns 21 gas stations Monday. Let's fucking go, dude. I love seeing that shit. God. See? Like, and there's
Mike, I don't know what part it was we shared, but you're welcome.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, dude. Like, you learn as you go. It's a time thing, none of this comes overnight. It took me years to learn how to reach out to people correctly, how to have justification and leverage and choreograph the connection correctly and all this stuff. And so that's how all of this works, right? That's why you do what you do. You're trying to help people save the years of trial and error that you had to go through to learn all the stuff that you now know. Like, you do all those free cleaning classes, which I think you have one coming up, don't you?
Yep, I do. September 15th in Charlotte. And then we'll be back out here in Phoenix for a huge. Well, listen to this, man. This just happened today. Parking garage. They're going to clean a 7-deck parking garage. Okay. Now, they're not going to clean the whole deck, because we're only going to do the classroom for about 3 hours inside the deck. But here's the crazy thing. They're going to clean the outside, one side, with a drone. That's going to happen. And they're bringing in this state-of-the-art electric piece of equipment. We're going to have a hog there, a cyclone, a rider, and this electric piece of equipment. There's going to be 4 different pieces of technology cleaning this deck, all probably, hopefully, simultaneously. And we're going to have a session where we do a 45-minute drone cleaning of the exterior. And it's not just a demo. They're going to teach you. This is going to be an educational training event. They're going to teach you how to do this. Of course, everybody wake up. Every one of these technologies are there on the chance that somebody might buy 10 units, okay? Or even 1 unit.
September 15th?
Huh?
You said September 15th?
It'll be October 15th, September 15th in Charlotte.
Which one is
Phoenix? I'm in Charlotte. October 15th will be here in Phoenix. I know you're coming down.
Well, I'm looking at my calendar right now.
Yeah, you're coming down. NationalCleaningExpo.com, guys. The actual dates will drop tomorrow, so you can get signed up. It's free, completely free. Yeah. But dude, you got the CPW Live commercial event. What are the dates on that thing? I mean, you said that you got it all locked up.
Yeah, we're locked in. Actually, I think I got the contract back today. February 25th and 26th. We're bringing it back to Sunset Station, same location that it was at last year. Last year, they were still under some construction for their main casino floor, and one of their bars that is now fully opened up. So they have a Stoney's Rockin' Country full country bar with like crazy live music and bull riding and like all this other crazy cool fun stuff at the venue. So that's really cool. We're bringing it back there, man. They had great food. It was a great venue. Everybody was really tight-knit in the same location. So February 25th and 26th. 2027 CPW Live. Tickets will be going on sale very soon. So for any of those people.
Hey Robert, what do you think? What do you think of this idea? Okay, you didn't see the classroom when you were here at Cyclone, but they have a big classroom there, like holds 100 people. Okay, what do you think if I set up a classroom right on the. It's October. I can set up the classroom right on the top deck of this parking garage. What do you think of that? You think that would be crazy?
Where?
Right on the parking deck.
In Phoenix or in Vegas?
It's a 7-story parking deck. Huge. I mean, huge parking deck. I don't know how many millions of square feet it is, but I was thinking about we just set a classroom up there, because in reality we're going to be at Cyclone for about 4 hours for some classroom stuff. Then we're going over to do a garage sale at Brandon's shop. You been to Brandon's place? We're going to do a garage sale at his place. He's got 4 hot water trailers he's getting rid of for $4,000 a piece. 4,000. He actually had 6 of them, but
how many gallons?
Huh?
How many gallons per minute are they?
They're only 6. They're only 6s. They're 6s. You could change them to whatever you wanted to by changing them. He's got 20. I think 20. They're powered by 25 horses, so you could change them and pump. You can get 10 GPM or even higher out of those because it's got enough power. But then we're going over to the parking garage after we eat, because we're gonna re-meet at the parking garage to do the washing. I was thinking about just putting a classroom there, because you really think not everybody. We should at least have a lounge there, right? Because not everybody's gonna stand up for 3 hours. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool. It'd be different, and that's the key to everything nowadays, is being different, right?
We'll do this. We'll put couches. We'll rent like 50 couches, and we'll put them on the top deck.
Casting couches or what?
We'll do something. We'll do something crazy, man. We'll do something crazy.
Are they going to be casting couches?
I have no idea. I doubt if we'll have couches at all, but it would be a crazy idea if we could pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool, man. Well, I'll try and be there. You know, I will tell you this: I am planning on coming to Chicago in April.
Good. Did you talk to Anthony?
No.
All right. Well, you got a speaking spot there, so we'll get you. Got to get you in Chicago, man. That's been the biggest event so far that we've seen this year. And we'll have to see what the Huge draws. We'll have to see what these other places draw. But right now, Anthony's in the lead. Huge will obviously, they'll put up numbers. I don't know. You never know. But they got the lighting show there. So it could be realistically a couple thousand people, because those people love the lights. They love
so far from the couple things I've seen, it seems like it's a pretty packed show.
That's good.
So
I didn't know it started. I didn't think it started for a couple of days.
Neither did I, or I would have scheduled this this LinkedIn class on a different day other than the Huge. But for the people that aren't going to the Huge or that want to take a break from it, they're still getting some education during the same time.
I think they're opening. I think everybody will be there till Friday. I think they'll still be there. I think it opens actually tomorrow, and then they go till Friday.
Yeah, not too sure. Well,
all right, man. Well, hey, don't forget, Robert, 9:00. The thing's in the description down below. LinkedIn class. Get signed up so he can send you the link to it. He's already got 20 people, not like a Zoom call can take 100, but, he's got 20 guys in there. So that's a good amount of guys. Get your questions ready. Be ready to ask him. We gave you guys a couple of tips right at the beginning of this thing. I'm trying to talk Robert into doing a regular video at least twice a month, because we both have a bunch of value. We're pretty good together when we're talking about commercial work, man.
Yeah, because we're on the same page. We understand we know what we're talking about. Yeah,
that helps. And you know what? You put it a little bit of a different twist on old shit. That's another thing too. People don't realize that you sometimes, you don't change systems, things that work. When there's a play and it works, you don't change that. But ideology wise, you can change how it's laid out. You can put something fresh and new on it that matters. And that's a cool thing.
Well, I appreciate that. The thing is, and I've told you this, I like that we can disagree on things, because it's okay to disagree on things, but that's all it is. We have different perspectives on certain things, which is actually really good. Sometimes you and I see things a little bit differently, which is fine and great. But at the same time, we also see things for what it is. We're not going crazy above and beyond on the surface level shit.
I can change
your mind.
I can change your mind, because I heard you say yesterday that your favorite type of customer. I'll tell everybody my favorite type of customer because I normally never tell anybody my favorite type of customer. Developer is my number one customer. Number one. After developer, it is a third-party property manager. And I don't care what genre the third-party property manager's in. As a matter of fact, I'll let this cat out of the bag. I love medical. And medical property managers, as Robert knows, they usually handle just medical.
Yeah. I mean, we do medical too, but I'm telling you right now, you will not change my mind.
There's Tony Shelton. We have screamed at each other before.
I like Tony, man. He came by my shop just out of the blue one day and just stopped by, surprised me, gave me a gift, which was really awesome. Tony's a great dude. He's awesome. Really quick, I know that somebody named Bruce Martin or something, it popped up, said I'm in. If he's still watching this, go sign up because the emails are going out in about like an hour or two. So if you want to get the link, go sign up now. I don't know where the link is.
Will do.
For here. But you're not going to change my mind on the facility management thing. And I'll send you a
No,
picture.
I won't change your mind.
No. I'll send you.
Not until you've had a couple of developers and you had them over the next 10 years and a guy that went from 10 properties to 700, then you'll change your mind.
When I have a facility manager with 200 properties, I'm going to send you a screenshot of a text message, and I guarantee you're going to be like, yeah, okay, you're right.
No. I believe that right. I believe right now because are you ready for this one? When I was early on, my first 10 years, my biggest customer was another pressure washing company. Isn't that crazy? Retail One. That was my biggest customer. Yeah. And then actually people don't know this, that probably grocery stores for longevity of my entire business probably made me more revenue than probably anything out there. Anything.
Say that one more time.
Grocery stores. But I love the developers because when you find a developer, no matter what size, they're always growing. That's what development is. And if you're in with them, you grow organically with them. And there's no issue. They own the properties, so they like them to be clean. Robert knows this. They're not paying for it to be clean. So when they're the owners and actual development and management of it, they care more than a third-party property manager, a ton more, because when they're out there, everything they've got is for sale, and they do not want their properties looking shabby. They just don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I don't know if you saw my LinkedIn post today, but I always say that clean places rent spaces, you know?
Did you steal that catchphrase from somebody?
From somebody. I don't remember who it was.
It was Steve Button, and he stole it from me.
Was it? Yeah, I saw that once, and I was like, dude, I think it was Steve. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that once, and I was like, that is so catchy. I love that. I'm not trying to steal it.
He uses it on LinkedIn all the time, and he learned it from me, believe it or not, at a seminar in 2008. And when he started using it and put it on the internet, I stopped telling people about it. All right, man. Well, hey, good luck. Hopefully some people see this and they get signed up and you sounds like you got a great turnout. So
yeah. To that Bruce guy, I messaged you the link. So check your messages. Ron, I appreciate you as always. Love chatting with you. Looking forward to doing this a lot more. Really looking forward to CPW Live. We have some crazy, crazy, crazy things on the docket for this year, which I'm so excited for. It's going to be awesome, man.
Well, we got to start doing CP Live, man. And I think what we should do, I think instead of just promoting the event, I think we should go back to our original content. Like we should talk about things in play for what these guys can do, and give them tips commercially, obviously without giving out the farm. But, we give them tips and stuff. Because I know that you do a lot of lunch and learns, and I know you do a lot of those things. And I know I put a blog out the other day. I said, how many Christmas parties have you been invited to? If you're a commercial guy, you know. People don't realize that if you're in the commercial world and you're not getting invited to Christmas parties, you're not doing the job. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, building the relationships with the client. Because if you're building the relationship with the client, you have to be, you will get these invites to these parties, and they're gold. They're
We just
absolutely.
got invited to a tenant appreciation party, and we're not tenants with them. They just wanted us to come to the party.
They always do. Yeah, they always do. And I always tell people, here's the number one way that you can get invited. If you just can't get close enough to get the invite, you know, and people will say this is bribery. It's not bribery.
Offer a raffle.
All these companies, you could do something for charity on a raffle. That's a great way to do it as well. But here's one that the owners of the companies like better, as long as they're not publicly traded or they're a government entity, okay? Because private companies, they'll have a policy on what you can gift their employees. I promise you that they have a policy, okay? And you always need to make sure what that policy is. And all you got to do to say to get invited to the Christmas party, hey man, we'll bring a handful of gift cards, no more than your policy, and every employee in the place will give them to you, and you can put it in their gift bag. And they collect these from the vendors, and they put them in the gift bag, and you're included. You're going to get an invite to the party, period. You're going to get an invite. You know, there's another tip for these guys. So now you're going to have to come out with some coin, but hey, they're going to invite you. What is it? What did Tony say? Long-term contracts can go with the property even if it sells. Yes, that's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. Tony knows that. I helped him get a collection one time. Hopefully you never have to worry about that. So, all righty, man. We went 41 minutes. We went 10 minutes long, 11 minutes longer than we wanted to. So adios, guys. Get signed up. Links right down there, guys, in the description. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks, dude.